what's going on, guys? This is Dean here today with Burn One, and I am joined once again with my co-host for most Shadowverse content, Ellis, and the one, the only Kit King. And today we are going to be reviewing Spooky Craft for the Musume set. So do we want to just jump right into this kit?
Absolutely.
It's actually called Blood.
No, it's not.
No, it's not
actually
called Blood.
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
It's called Nightmare.
Yeah.
Because it's a mixture of both blood and shadow.
Oh.
So they call it a Nightmare. But when this comes out in English, we know it's going to be called Spooky Craft. So we're ahead of the game.
Wait, really?
So let's start it.
Okay. Go ahead.
So first up, we have Maru Zensky. She is the blood leader in the actual game. So a lot of people who have actually played digital will know her.
Mhm.
She's a 3-drop 3/3, and she has Evolve for 1, and she has, of course, Racing for 1. So you can feed her for 1. And Necro Charge 10. So 10 cards in the grave. Choose an enemy follower when she comes in play. Give it -4/-4. And then when you evolve her, you also choose an enemy follower and give it -2/-2. Pretty decent control tool. That's this card goes 1 for 3 on most boards. How do you guys feel?
That is pretty good.
Put it down, neg something if you got the Necro Charge, and then evolve, neg something else, and then swing into something.
Yeah.
So it could either with how it's set up, it can either swing into something, 3 different small things, or like 1 small thing, 1 medium thing, or just 1 really large thing too.
Yeah.
So like she gives you options.
Yeah, versatile cards like this are really good. My only question is, because I haven't played enough of the Spooky Craft with the newer cards, is there a lot of way to get mill, right? Because Necro Charge is taking cards card number in your waiting room or whatever.
I'd have to see with the rest of the set. I know in every time we've tried to build, well, I guess this one's hard to say. This one's really hard to say because when I've played physical, the only thing that's been coming out of this class has been aggro with just like,
and it's hard aggro.
We're talking like 3 goblins. We're talking 3 1 like 1-drop 2/2 vanillas in the list. So a lot of decks haven't even been putting those cards in, so it's hard for me to tell you how good those even are.
Oh yeah. And then also like right now, Spooky Craft is not even like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say joke of a class or whatever, but it's on the weaker side of everything right now, right?
It was considered. No, it in set 2, I think it took 2 or 3 spots in a top 8 in a tournament, but like it was just aggro. It was playing just random cards that were aggressive. They have a lot of tools, but the Necro Charge thing, it needs more support. And I feel like it needs a better early game because right now, I mean, it's also the problem with the best of 1 where like people are just trying to like Shrek each other as fast as possible.
Yeah, best of 1 formats usually aggro is usually much better in the long run. And then I just so I'm Necro Charge is basically the same thing as like in the digital, right? Where if you have like 10 graveyard, then you get the effect or something.
Yeah, it's number of cards in grave.
Okay, yeah.
So it's kind of like Spell Boost in this, but a little bit different because Spell Boost is only spells, but Necro Charge is anything.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I like this card, especially if there is good ways to fill up the graveyard.
But there is from Rune within the set. So like this is while standard Spooky Craft may not be able to fill the grave fast enough, we have all those Rune cards. Yeah, we have all the Rune cards.
Yeah, and I get the feeling that this set itself, like the Spooky Craft stuff we're going to see here, will also probably fill the grave pretty well.
There's a really funny card coming up, though. I do want you to know about that.
All right, next card then. Are we all in agreement? The card seems pretty good as long as charging the graveyard is easy.
As long as you can get that 10, this card is going to be pretty good control tool.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, awesome. Should I go next?
Sure.
All right, we have Rice Shower. Very cute horse girl. She has Feeding 1. Has Ward. Fanfare, choose an enemy follower, deal 3 damage to it. Put the top 2 cards from your deck into your graveyard. And then she also has Last Word, choose a Musume follower with different name from this card from your graveyard. Put it into your hand. And she's a 3/5 for 5. This seems a kind of slow-ish.
It is. It's nice recursion though.
I feel like
oh no, it's only Musume.
I feel like this card's really good in the set itself in mono horses because not only is it a 3/5 with ward, it also so it'll ward to protect you. It'll kill something with 3 or less health, and it'll mill 2 cards that it could potentially recur one of those 2 cards. So like if you've had not a lot of things die, this card fuels your grave to potentially add cards back to your hand.
It's 5 mana though.
It is 5 mana.
5 mana is a lot.
It does a lot though.
Yeah, but I feel like in this game, when you're about like turn 5, turn 6, that's when like the climax of everything's coming to an end, right?
It does depend on the deck.
Yeah, if you're playing Dragon, definitely. But yeah, other than that, it really depends on the deck. And cards like this with Ward and
This does slow down the game.
yeah, cards like this with Ward and high toughness, high health.
Yeah, it can't necessarily get killed by most like instance effects, right? Because of how fat the butt is on this horse.
Yeah, you need like a 4 mana kill spell to actually remove this thing.
Right.
I'd have to really actually play this card out to see how it feels, but I can see it being decently well after discussing this some. But it just does still seem kind of slow.
It does feel like a bad legendary. It does feel like a bad legendary.
That's true. I do feel like it.
And it doesn't even have the ability to scale later on in the format, right? Like it, Uma Musume only.
That's true. Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's why I've been going mono horses.
Yeah,
seems fine.
Yeah, the cost is what's hanging up for me. If this was like a 4 cost, I'm in on this. At 5, it seems very slow. That's it. That's all it seems like to me.
Yeah,
I feel like this would be too strong at 4 though.
No, I think it would be like a good card at 4, not overwhelming, but it's only got 3 attack.
But it also deals 3 damage.
Wait, Aurelia Saber in Sword is a 5 mana 3/5, gets +2/+2 if your opponent has 4 cards.
Yeah.
Has hexproof, ward, strike, direct attack.
It doesn't have a strike; it's just direct attack.
Well, yeah, she has. Yeah, but she has like 5. She has like 5 effects. Same stat line, also on 5.
But she also has a board requirement where this card doesn't.
I don't know. I don't see it. I kind of understand, but also, yeah, I think this is like mid, very mid.
I feel like it's kind of mid too, but maybe yeah. All right.
Ellis.
Oh yeah, it's me. So we have a Nice Nature. It's a 3-drop, 3/3. It has feed 1 to begin racing. It has Fanfare. Choose an enemy follower, give it -1/-1, and last words. All enemy players discard a card from their hand.
Oh, this card's sick.
This card's great. Like, there are no downsides to this card.
It's like vanilla stats, a little bit of removal, but not a lot.
But it trades with a 4/4 on turn 4.
Yeah,
it can remove something with 4 health, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it beats all vanillas, right? Because of the -1/-1, so it lives through like a vanilla trade, right?
Yeah,
that is true. It's also just funny, like anything that can randomly stress your opponent's hand. I like cards that say, mess with your opponent.
I'm glad you can't play this with Dragon.
Oh yeah. Well, I think. Oh, this is terrible into Dragon.
Yeah, that
you start to die.
That too is Executioner. Is it a spooky craft card?
What? The guy. All the hand control cards are in this class.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this class has a lot of hand control.
So this card does feel like it feeds what the class already does.
Which, speaking of hand control, let's go to the next one.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a good face. Holy crap.
Yeah, 7 centimeters ahead. This is a 5 mana spell, and it cannot be played unless you have 20 or more Uma Musume cards in your graveyard. And it says, destroy all enemy followers. Your opponent's board, it's gone. You now draw 3 cards. And then your opponents discard 3 cards from their hand. I think if you resolve this, you win the game.
Probably.
I agree with you. Isn't 7 centimeters like 2.5 inches?
It doesn't matter. The point is that she is the fastest.
That's funny. That's pretty good. I think it's too situational, but if you resolve it, you probably do win the
Oh
game.
my god. So
This card should have been a legendary.
since we had a delay between the recording of our first video and this video now, we have gotten to see some topping list
Oh
from
yeah, we
a
have.
huge tournament that just happened. This card was like a one of in like every horse deck. So
Well,
I'm
it
assuming,
basically can only be played in the horse deck because of the 20 or more requirement, right?
but I'm assuming what happens is if you see like a control deck, you put it as a one of, and you're just like, I will never lose to the control
Wait,
matchups.
it wasn't this played in the control deck? This is the bomb of the control deck.
kind of.
20 or more Musume, by the way. So
Yeah.
it is actually exclusive to horses.
Yeah, but it is a strong payoff for playing it.
Wait. Oh, you just can't play the card if you don't have 20 or more. Never mind.
Yeah, and it's also tutorable off of the Daiwa.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to just buy a horse deck now just to have it. I might actually look on Mercury, however you say that website's name. Yeah, after it to find a horse only deck and buy one. How much are those? Do you know how much the horse only deck is?
Out of stock.
Daiwa is 1480 sold out on UUT.
No, how much is the deck, do you think? The horse only deck.
Oh god.
The meta
We
one.
played a lot of legendaries. I imagine the deck is probably like 150.
Oh, okay. That's actually not that bad for a competitive deck. I just gotta dust some of my extra cards.
Yeah, dust some of your extra cards in real life on TCG Player.
Yeah. Alright, next card.
Wait.
What? Or do we need to go back or no?
Yeah. I was gonna say actual dusting is going to the card shop and getting cash.
Yeah, you get 50% value. Did I just buy this for $20? Best I could do, $350, man.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Find Motion. This is a 3-drop 3/3. 1 for feeding. And then Racing Start. Gain +1/+1. Oop. Your leader gain 2 health. Put the top 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard. This is just Omega Vanilla, right? All you get is it's a heal on play plus mill 2. Seems all right.
Is it on play? No, it's not on play. It's on the evolve, right?
No, this doesn't have an evolve. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Hold on.
It's on the feed.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is on the feed. But playing this card, you automatically get the mill 2 also. Or is that part of it?
No,
it's not.
Mill 2.
Yeah, it's all of that is in one on the evolve. So
it is.
Sorry. So this is a 4 mana 4/4 heal 2 mill 2 have rush.
So it trades with a 4/4. It heals you too.
Believe it or not, I don't think that's that bad.
It's not bad. No.
This is okay. I think this is a very, very okay card, right?
It fuels the 20 or more graveyard requirement very fast.
It does. It does help you build up grave, and it heals. And I like any card that heals because it will help you lose a little bit less to the aggro decks.
Yeah, and aggro is really popular in this game right now, right? So
yeah,
best of 1 format, baby. All right, next card.
All right, so we have Mayano Top Gun. It is a 1-drop 2/1. It has feed, begin racing. It has rush naturally. It has fanfare. If 4 or more other allied Musume, there are 4 or more other allied Musume cards, gain storm. Fanfare. If there are 5 or more Musume cards in your graveyard, gain +2/+0. I just want to point out, Tom Cruise is my favorite card. This card's really good. It has power buff requirement for 1-drop. It could be a 1-drop 4/1. It could have storm. It already has rush. I think there's no downsides to this card.
This is a pretty solid 1-drop.
Anti-aggro and aggro within the same card.
Yeah. How often does Spookycraft actually go wide with their board?
Well, like I told you before, they were playing Goblin and like.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They were playing 15 1-mana cards before.
And this card is infinitely better than Goblin.
Goblin's not good, but it was kind of like
pretty low bar to set there.
Yeah.
This card is really good actually, because later in the game it's basically 4/1 1-drop, right? That it's like a what is it? What I'm trying to say? Like a burn force spell essentially to a creature. And then if you actually
Or
go
face.
wide, it becomes face.
Yep.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's like a
I think
controlly aggro card. Interesting.
yeah, in the early game, it removes bodies, and the late game, it kills them. So.
I like this card. How many barking dogs? 3 or no? Crying dogs. What? What? What are we?
No, no, this is definitely barking. It's definitely in the barking territory.
Ooh.
Okay.
This card gets like 3 or 4 barking dogs.
Yeah, like 3.5. I'm good with
Yeah.
3.5. Maybe 4 even. All right, next card.
Yeah, Recital of the Rain. This is a 4-mana spell. Searchable. Remember that with all the spells. It has quick, so you can use it on your opponent's turn when they attack or at the end of their turn. And when you play this card, if you have 10 or more cards in your grave, Musume only, subtract 2 from its cost. So then it becomes 2-mana card, and you choose an enemy follower and destroy it.
Oh, 2-drop instant removal. I like.
With no, it's conditional, but it doesn't have a. It's not damage, so it's kind of better than. I think it's probably better than most 4-drop direct removals in the game because it has the option to cost less.
Yes. Well, here's the big thing though is we saw those tournament reports from Japan. The big thing that people are losing to right now is like Dragon Mancer's. It's whatever the dragon card is. That's like it's like an amulet that sits on the board and kills you.
Oh,
This does not remove an amulet from the board.
Ooh,
It
that's
only
true.
removes creatures, but it's pretty good removal for
yeah.
creatures.
In a
It's very
vacuum, this is really good.
Yeah, you're right though. This is not good. So what's the other one? Execution. Is that the one that
Execution
destroys an amulet or a follower?
or a follower for
So
4 mana.
so I would say it's like putting it on a scale with execution is probably similar, but it's not. It's situationally better, but not as good.
Yeah, it's very similar. I think it just depends on what meta you're in, or if it's an unknown meta, maybe you go with the amulet destruction instead for the 4 costs. But if you know it's more heavy on you need removal spells for like big creatures or whatever, this is probably better, right?
You can also play a split on them, like a 2-1 split, if you're not playing mono horses. If you're playing like blood or sorry, spooky craft.
That's right.
That's right.
Got to keep it Halloween
Yeah,
themed.
I keep forgetting that. Yeah, Halloween themed. Perfect. You should release this video late.
Yeah.
Just wait till the 31st of this one or whatever.
I'll have everything else uploaded before this.
All right. Next card. Dean.
What? I did Recital of the Rain.
Oh, this is me. Oh yeah. Was it Corinne Chan? Feed 1, begin racing, activate, pay 1 play point, and I guess rest this card, right? Choose an enemy follower, deal 1 damage to it, put the top card of your deck into your graveyard.
Don't forget that it's a 1/1 for 1.
I like this card. Wait, you can use act abilities the same turn you played it, right? Or do you have to wait a turn?
Yeah.
There's no summoning or sickness
if you
garbage.
Play this on turn 1, you then have to have a second mana.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like this card. And then this might just be like the MTG in me, but being able to ping for 1 whenever I want is pretty sick.
It's not fast.
The only thing that is,
but it's a
only
horse.
During your turn.
Yeah, the only thing that's bad about it though is that you have to do it on. You have to. You can't do it on your opponent's turn, like Dean said, and also it requires another cost to tap other than just resting it.
Oh,
so
true.
One. So it's really slow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you said being able to ping 1 whenever. No, you can't.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't use this abilities on your opponent turn, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Not seen any cards
we have
with
Pascal.
Any creatures with quick.
Pascal.
Oh, there is one.
Rune.
Oh, I'm unaware of this.
Yeah, it was in our Forest versus Rune video that was 36 minutes long. Then nobody should watch that.
Oh yeah, I remember you playing that now. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay. I remember playing. It was painful. It was bad.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this is a bit slower than we would like, right? So.
Yeah, I don't think that one's going to make any list, but if it does, it fills the grave. I think the big thing is it helps fill the grave faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, we've been seeing some pretty big payoffs for having cards in graves.
But hey, you could drop 2 of them on turn 4 and kill something with 2 health.
You could,
and mill 2 cards.
And then when they die, you've got 4 cards in grave.
Yo, there you go. And if
Busted.
they don't die, you just keep feeling your grave. Your opponent's gonna kill them. Don't be bad at Shadowverse.
All right, next card. Oh, this is crazy. Twin Turbo.
All right, so we have Twin Turbo. Twin Turbo is a 3/1 for 2. It has speed 1 to begin racing. It has direct attack, which means it can attack standing followers. And it has fanfare. 10 or more Uma Musume cards in your graveyard gain Storm. I like this card. I don't know how I really feel about the card in terms of playability, though. It is a 2-drop 3/1 that could sometimes hit face. It all depends on how fast you can feel your grave. If you can't do it very fast, I don't think this card is very good.
I disagree with your assessment because do not forget that previously, so something that's been going on, if people don't know about set 2 and the meta, which I mean we've only uploaded a couple videos about, actually zero about the meta, we just have games. Swordcraft was big. And Swordcraft has this really dumb card that's a vanilla in its starter deck. That is a 2 mana 3/3. And Sword was getting to win tournaments off of the fact that a 2 mana 3/3 withstood all removal from like any source. And they would just drop it on the board and tell their opponent, next turn I'm going to hit you for 3. And it was basically a burn spell, but on a body. And then your opponent had to deal with it the next turn. This has direct attack. And so if you're going second, your opponent puts down the 2/2, you're able to remove it. You're actually able to remove the 2 mana 3/3 from like Sword's old thing. So I think this card's actually like good as removal. Like this is a very good removal spell. Because you don't usually see 2 mana removal spells like this. And then later in the game, it's like a burn spell, like Kit said, with the other cards.
Yeah, that's fair, and I agree with that. I do feel like it dies to all 1-drop removal.
Yeah, but usually when you're using this in the early game, the mana's been spent. Like your opponent's not sitting floating, holding removal.
Yeah, but in the early game, you're not meeting that grave requirement to have Storm.
Well, you don't care about the storm then. You care about the direct attack. Direct attack is a big line of text in this game.
Yeah. So you would have to so you could play it as a 3-drop 3/1 with rush and direct attack under the
Yeah.
racing clause. So that's fine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Do you have anything to say, Kit? Do you like?
No, I kind of agree with everything. Direct attack does seem strong in this game in general. So
Because otherwise, your opponent can just like not tap their cards.
yeah, and
for
this
a
hold,
turn
yeah,
and you
hold
throw
it.
up.
Yeah, just hold it until it's needed, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Next card.
So this one is Sakura Chiono O. What is this name? She's a 3 mana 3/3, so vanilla stat line. Feed for 1. When she begins racing, +1/+1. And choose it. Salvage. So you get to grab an Uma Musume card from your graveyard, add it back to hand. Any card, so you can grab back spells. It also helps because like a lot of these other cards we've seen have milled, right? Like you just mill cards.
Mhm.
Sometimes the problem with milling cards is the cards in your grave are the ones that you would rather have in your hand.
Yeah, like you accidentally lose key pieces. This is a good way to like pull it back, right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Laughing. We're seeing a name that's coming up sooner.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, yeah, I do think it is nice. While like extremely slow, this is like sometimes like a card that you want to have like 1 to 2 of in the deck, just because if you're playing the deck that's wanting to mill, you
I mean,
sometimes want those cards back.
it's still like if you do the racing, it's at least still vanilla stat lines, essentially, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like pretty bad. Like,
Yeah.
I think vanillas are pretty bad, but
Yeah, I agree. All right. Next card. Is this me? Or
yep.
all right, Seeking the Pearl. What is this? Okay. Feed 1. Begin racing. Last word, put the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. It's a 2-drop 3/2. It seems pretty whatever.
This card seems really good under the confines of the set and under the confines of what Spooky Craft wants to do.
Yeah, I do like it. It's got a big. See, look at that. That's why vanillas are bad. This thing's 2 mana. You have an extra attack, and you get to mill.
And they have to remove this card. They can't let it alone because it's a 3 power card for 2. It applies pressure.
Yeah, I like this.
How much are we valuing the mill? Actually, is there other ways to get mill, or is this like one of the main ones?
20 cards engraved?
Okay, listen. Yeah, I guess if you need 20 cards engraved to win, this is pretty good. All right, you got me there. This puts 3 cards engraved itself with 2 others.
Okay, I what I want to feel more than anything is the power. Imagine the dopamine rush when you get to stare at your opponent and say,
On turn 5.
Yeah, you just look at them, you say, your tire board, get rid of it. Your hand, get rid of it. Also, I got another hand.
And then your opponent looks at you and says, I'm playing Discard Dragon. You just died.
Yeah. As long as it's the mirror match and they make you discard the cards you drew.
No.
But
wait, that means they can draw one of their own 5 drops and kill you with it.
Yeah, what happens is you drop your 5 drop, which puts the graveyard to 20, and then they top deck their 5 drop, and then look at you and go, let's do it again.
What a fantastic format.
Oh my god.
I think this card is really good for regular blood, though. Like, outside of the horse set, I feel like this card fuels... Sorry, Spooky Craft. I feel like this card fuels what Spooky Craft likes to do.
Yeah, I think this definitely does. I like it. It does feed into the graveyard mechanic in a good way.
All right. All right, next card then.
Here we go. Okay, so... I can't read this.
Makitane Tannhauser, right?
Oh.
It's easier with the katakana.
Yeah. Thank you. So this is a 4-drop 4/4. It has feed 1, begin racing, fanfare, choose an enemy amulet, and destroy it.
This card's meta.
Oh, actually, this.
All right, I think we're all in agreement then.
No, this card's good. So not only does it on turn 5 deal with another card, or turn 4 if you're going second, it deals with another follower, but it also deals with an amulet. I think this card makes the card that you play that can cost less even better. Because you have amulet removal within set.
Amulet removal sounds niche until you realize that the best deck in the format's playing it, and it's taking up like every top spot.
Right.
So suddenly...
So this is a 3 of every list?
Yeah, it's a 3 of every. Yeah.
Damn.
So, you probably also play this card in regular Spooky Craft outside of horses.
This is a meta call card.
Yeah.
It is a meta call card. I mean, like, as time goes on, you'll probably play this. This will come and go, but that is a good effect.
Right.
That's a good effect on a body.
Right.
All right. I think we're in agreement here. Next card. Oh, wait, no. There is no next card. Oh, shoot. I spoiled. All right.
No.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Okay, listen. The few people here who come for Shadowverse content for some reason, please subscribe. That's all I ask, and watch the Shadowverse videos. That's all I ask. Drop us a little like also. That would be really, really nice of you. I know it costs a lot of energy, and you burn all those calories hitting the like button, but please do that. All right. So we know there are people out there who enjoy this game also as much as we do, even though there are no locals in anywhere outside of Japan, essentially. Well, I guess there's some places, no locals in America that I'm aware of, at least. We just end up
only at my house.
Yeah, only at Dean's house.
Where we play like twice a week.
Yeah. So, and then hopefully this game will come to English. If you hit the like button on this video, I guarantee you this game will come to English. All right. You got
Bushy Road. Say Bushy Road. Release Shadowverse English edition.
All right. With that, we'll see you guys in the next video. The next one is what?
Haven. It's actually the last.
Oh, Haven and then Neutral. Okay. Yep. Okay. We'll see you guys in the Haven video if you're still with us somehow. Later, everyone.